Take a phrase that's rarely heard, flip it, now it's a daily word. Flip it, now it's a daily word. Flip it, now it's a daily word.
Yeah, what's good? It's your boy Ash Cash, and welcome to Monday, January 5th, 2009. Yo, actually, today is the first official week of 2009. So this week we're gonna dedicate the daily word to a lot of emotions, things that we actually go through during the beginning of the year. So today's daily words are going to be dedicated to fear. So just like some examples like fear, anxiety, stress, worry, some of those type of emotions that we usually feel around the first of the first few days of the new year. So today's daily word is dedicated to fear. One thing that I actually go through right now as we speak is that I have a fear of failure. One of the reasons I have a fear of failure, when I grew up, I grew up in a project. Those who know, I talk about my story all the time, and I use it for good reasons, because my purpose in life is to show people that it doesn't matter where you come from. It really doesn't matter what. There's really no excuse to not be successful in life. So I always talk about where I come from, and I was born and raised in the project, St. Nick Projects, 129th Street, 8th Avenue, for a good part of my life. And one of the things that I realized was that when I was growing up in a project, I was always reminded that I wasn't going to be anything. That they told me, I was going to be dead in jail by the time I was going to be 25. A lot of the things that they fed in my brain that I kind of internalized. And as I started to get out to the work environment, when I started to actually make goals for myself, whether it was school, whether it was me playing basketball, whatever it was, a lot of things that I started to make goals for myself, I started to realize that it's not really true, that I can do whatever I put my mind to. So now I started to, everything I ever did, anything that I ever put my mind to, I started to be successful at it. But what that did was, that created a sense of it gave me that fear of failure, because now I was so successful in everything that I did, that one of the things that's always constantly in my mind is failure. Oh my God, I'm gonna fail at this if I don't go hard. Which is a good and a bad thing, because it's good that I'm always striving for excellence. I'm always striving to do good, but at the same time, I'm always stressing myself out. Like anybody tell you, I have a group of people that work with me as far as the Ash Cash show goes, and even the Daily Word. And I was stressing everybody. I was calling them like, listen, because I had no idea what to do with this YouTube. This is my third video that I put up on YouTube, so I really had no experience with YouTube. So I was driving everybody crazy, because in my mind I was saying, I have to do this right. I have to go out and make sure I put the best video that I could possibly do, which again is fine, but when I was showing people the videos, they're like, oh, it's fine. And what I realized too is that I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we use each other to motivate each other. So that's another lesson as well. If you don't have a strong foundation, a strong support system, you need to get one as soon as possible, because when no matter how focused you are, sometimes you're gonna need that person to lean back on. So I had a conversation with one of my close friends, and he was saying, listen, like, you're driving yourself crazy. Just stop being afraid of failure, because at the end of the day, you just gotta be comfortable with who you are. And that's what I realized. I said, listen, whether I had the best YouTube video out there or not, at the end of the day, the only thing I can present is myself. So if someone looks at the video, no one's gonna look at it and say, you know what, I like his message, but the video quality is horrible. No one's gonna say that. So I had to realize that fear is self-inflicted, and I need to control that fear in order to move forward. Because what's gonna happen is that once you are, you have this fear in your mind constantly, you're not gonna perform at 100%. Because now your mind is clouded with worry and all these other emotions that don't allow you to perform, at your best. So you got to get rid of fear. So I know I kind of went a little longer than I intended to. So I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna leave you with one quote, and this quote is, for some reason when you look up this quote, sometimes it's credited to Nelson Mandela. And then sometimes it's credited to Marianne Williamson. So I'm not sure who's in charge, who wrote the quote. But this quote basically says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, and as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberate others. And again, it's quoted Marianne Williamson, and that's a very powerful quote. If you rewind to YouTube, and read it again, listen to it again. But that's very powerful. It's basically saying, be all that you can be. Stop being afraid to not let your light shine around other people, because you can't play to other people's insecurities. You have to be the best that you can be, and you may be inspiring somebody to do better with themselves. So take heed to that. It's very important. If you haven't signed up for the Daily Word, the full version, make sure you go to www.theashcashshow.com. Top left-hand corner, sign up for the Daily Word. And that's all I got for you. So I'm basically going to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Your boy Ash Cash. Peace, and I'll holla.